Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. You're watching Alpha 7, and I'm going to have to start putting up some vids on this channel more, guys, because I don't know what they're doing this week, if it has anything to do with the full moon, but a lot of people are getting shadow banned, guys, from these demon bots. I've been talking loud and proud about it, right? The daemon is a term in the computer world, if you didn't know. But so many channels, guys, I thought it was just me. They banned my Dia Dash channel for 2 weeks and cited me for cyberbullying, and like, if you speak passionately about something, it can rise to the level to these bots, like who is the biggest PC snowflakes, right? Like they were really offended with the video. I mean, it was so random. So just to show they can screen old vids, I mean, I was talking about the ice cream man archetype, like in the comic books. It's a very sinister character. But so I'm gonna, I started up a Dia Dash 2.0, and it's just crazy because other people are complaining. I've seen other people put up backup channels as well, and even go into BitChute and other forums. I mean, wow, I guess pretty soon, it's really become, really telling of the times that we're living in, guys, that what an attack on independent journalism, right? They want everybody deaf, dumb, and blind. So let me just get into it, because this, I'll go back into that book, Double Speak by William Lutz. Very good book. We'll definitely delve into it, so I'll just go into that. And in between, these are important topics because of so-called Thanksgiving coming up on November 25th. And if you haven't seen this little number, this will tell you what's good. And pagan is another word for heathen, and has nothing to do with the living God of the Old Testament. Actually, he told the Israelites not to be like the heathen nations. The heathen nations, our nations, were supposed to be like them and follow their way, right? Coming to this country under the premise of oppression or whatever, and importing all kind of false traditions of gods of old. I mean, I'll give you the quick definition. But in here, on this year, and it always has to be on a Thursday, almost like Thor, they have to give homage, but it has to be on a Thursday. I don't know if you can see, but on December 25th, this day, which they call it holiday, and it's just a play on words, because we're breaking down that book, and basically it's just another way of saying holy day. This isn't holy to the most high living God. You see a lot of Christians still on here promoting this stuff and saying, Christmas is pagan, trying to act all woke, but, saying Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for this and that. It's funny because now we're in such a PC society. No one wants to talk about what happened, right? How the indigenous people were screwed over by their guests, right? Because their guests would have actually died without their assistance, because they didn't know how to manage the land here, or come, they just wanted to come here, pretend that they were friends, and then claim stuff. But over here it says November 25th, just to keep that in mind, because it's going to land on that, and it's all synchronized. And what came first, the modern day Thanksgiving federal holiday, or these days, right? So this is by Nigel Pennick, November 25th. Persephone, Proserpina, Corey, St. Catherine, Woman's Merrymaking Day, Celtic tree month of Ruis commences, commemorates the real goddess of the underworld, known variously as Persephone, Proserpina, unbelievable, Corey, Arion Rod, and Catherine, Queen of the Shades, ruler of the souls of the dead. It was formerly known as Women's Merrymaking Day, a festival of the celebration of women's mysteries. So this is really important because people are doing like false traditions. They say, oh, we don't follow the traditions of men. And when people are doing this and saying, I'm thankful for my family, I'm thankful for this, we're not being thankful to the one and only, the living God. Even in the New Testament, which I like to bring up too, for the Christians out there that ascribe to the New Testament, it even tells them that too. And a lot of people don't, bother. They like to just, pick it through what they like, right? It says, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination. So he's basically saying, you guys are not being thankful at all. And that's why we got crazy movies coming out. I mean, if I have time, I'll show you a clip. Too funny. Of so-called, a comet coming to Earth and no one even gives a crap. But it tells you right here on the Pagan Calendar. This was a really great site. And tells you Thanksgiving Day is a national holiday. Celebrate, or holy day to them, celebrated in Canada and the United States. It was originally celebrated as a day of giving thanks for the blessing of the harvest and of the preceding year. Thanksgiving is celebrated on the second Monday of October in Canada and on the fourth Thursday of November in the United States. Several other places around the world observe similar celebrations. Although Thanksgiving has historical roots in religious, so again, bring in, these false religions here. Everything they do is religious. It has long been celebrated in a secular manner as well. And it doesn't matter if people say, oh, I don't do it in a religious way. The origin's still the same. The root is still poison, You can't take something evil and turn it into something good. That's like what people think they can do. This is the perfect time of year for everyone around the world to be thankful for what they've been given. So it has nothing to do with the interaction between the indigenous and the so-called Puritans, right? Sit quietly for a few minutes in complete silence. It's best if you're alone and you close your eyes. Remove all problems for your thoughts for a moment. Push everything aside. Then think about what you do have. Are you breathing? Yes, you are. Be thankful that you've been given life, the biggest miracle of all. Do you have loved ones? Be thankful that they are in your life. Do you have a roof over your head? Even if it's hard to pay for, be thankful for that. Many people don't. Are you starving? No, be thankful that you have food to eat. There are millions starving around the world that would love to have some food from your cupboard. I mean, guys, I've been just seeing so much hypocrisy because people are thankful when they see somebody like less than them, and it makes them, they're only about stuff if it makes them feel better about their selves and their situations, and that's, what we've become. But this, it tells you right here, this is a pagan calendar. Look at all these people naked. The Most High is about modesty. You think, God's people were doing this, the Judeans. Yes, the Judeans did wrong too and did wicked things, but these cultures, these heathen cultures, like this is natural to them, and these are a lot of people who are in play today, pushing a lot of the perverted propaganda. Not even in their own backyard. They came here and they're trying to push their old crap here. So yeah, they were probably persecuted in the old days because it was bad and people knew that what they were doing was wicked and they told them to beat it. We probably don't hear that version. I'm sure there's alternate history accounts, and usually the alternate history is the more accurate one. So this is an amazing, amazing list because it even, this is a pagan list of their holy days. I mean, just call a spade, turning a Y into an I, or vice versa. It doesn't change the etymology of the word. And they have, it's around a lot, you can go down this list and you will see the different days of the year and all the different things that happens. Even on Veterans Day, it's on the pagan calendar. Yeah, people don't even understand how deep that can be. You just think of like death and stuff. These people are all about that. Witches Thanksgiving, Wolf Moon. I mean, what a list. And Thanksgiving under T is right there. Three Kings Day. Very interesting. Storm moon, summer solstice. And they have all these saints too, which a lot of people say all these saints, go back to these like old deities. Really strange stuff. And people don't understand. Snake Sunday. I mean, really, guys. Look, sign of the oak tree, 7 sleepers day. So this is quite an extensive list. You got Samhain, which is known as Halloween. There's your Christmas right there. Some people are waking up to Christmas, but not Thanksgiving, which is really sad. Even Rosh Hashanah, so like the modern Jewish people, are practicing paganism. Because in the Torah, there's, the Feast of the Most High. They're all there for us, and you don't see that there. You have to actually read for yourself and not follow the crowd. Everybody acts like they're so different. Even Noah's Webster's birthday. There's a lot of deception in the Webster dictionary. That's why it's good to go into the older dictionaries. People don't understand, how much, look, this, our full moon, there's a full moon tonight, if you guys didn't know, known as the morning moon. I just learned that today. I mean, this stuff is embedded in our society, and a lot of, these mass deaths and stuff, and these festivals, they occur on a lot of these dates. Marduk's feast date, Mabon, people are sleeping on it. Lupercalia, which is what people think of as St. Valentine's Day. Don't want to look up history, when this is quite the list. I'm actually going to print this out. I just wanted to bring it up close to show you the different ones. Johnny Appleseed Day. I can't. Ivy Moon. They're really into those moon phases. And they're all into the law of reversals. They'll just flip everything. Humane Day. Look, they honor the thunder god. They use the word holy. Look, they showed you right there that's one version, and that's another version. So look at the prefix right there, which is where they get the word holiday. And so during the full moon in the Hindu month of Pagan. See? So they just showed you in these words. Even Hanukkah, pagan holiday. You don't see the Feast of Dedication. You don't see Passover up here. They just try to do everything that the Most High does. That's all Satanists can do. They don't create. They just distort. You got all these different festivals. Where do you think a lot of the festivals that we see today, guys, really have to do with all of this? So, I mean, wow. I mean, that's link after link. I'll put this too. I mean, look at all these words. And it's important to talk about these topics, a lot of even, Earth Day, venerating creation and not the creator of the universe, the living creator. Day of Hell, Hecate, Day of the Dead, Day of Blood, Bad Omens. People love this stuff. I mean, they pay to be scared. They pay, what do they think? You go from Ghouly Ghoul Halloween to 2 so-called holy days. It's all messed up. Black Christ Festival. Invictus right here, Birth of the Unconquered Sun. So what a list, guys. I mean, we definitely can make a vid just on each name here. I mean, man, can take you Advent. Got the 7-day Adventist. They do it too, just like with Thanksgiving. They put it on Thursday. It's almost like the honoring, Thor. And look at this picture, huh? It moves. That's freaking nuts. And just like the Seventh-day Adventists, they go to church on Saturday, worshiping the god Saturn, which is where you get the term Saturnalia. That's the real name, actually, for Christmas. That's the god you're really worshiping. And that's not the, the so-called Jews of the Old Testament. They weren't going by the Gregorian calendar. That was a later invention. They were going by the new moons, like you really got to calculate it and stuff, It can land on days of the week. So, wow, just a trippy picture. But look, this is a pagan A to Z pagan holidays. Look, very perverted they are, exposed around the kids. You see a lot of families still like that today, guys. Just so you know, you get distorted images of what the freaking Indians were, too. You've probably seen somebody like that in your neighborhood. A lot of mislabeling. You see these old pictures, just amazing, right? And so I just love the scene. You see how everyone's just so bougie, and I love Wednesday Addams in the scene, man. I'm so feeling her.
We depict perhaps the most important day in our shared past, the first Thanksgiving.
A day for maize, the Native American word for corn, a terrific turkey dinner, and brotherhood. So, white meat and dark meat. Take it away!
Look at these goons that get paid way too much at these summer camps, too. And he said white meat and dark meat, so that's pretty creepy in itself. And then they have, like, the young man saying, eat me, dress as a turkey. So the whole thing is so morbid, and they're so, like, narcissistic. It's just too funny when you see, like, the Addams family interact with them and, like, bring them down to reality. And that is so creepy, and with everything we know about Hollywood and cannibalism and stuff, guys, you're having these children reenact this, and these parents are the biggest ghouls of them all, They're the biggest savages. They'll sit here and watch all this stuff and pay, so much money, and they have nothing but, remarks to say, too.
And from each other's out, chop off our legs and put them in your mouth. Eat me! Sauteed or barbecued. Eat me! Once were pets, but now we're food. We won't stay fresh for very long. So eat us before we finish this song. Eat us before we finish this song.
I am so glad we invited the Chippewas to join us for this holiday meal. Remember, these savages are our guests. We must not be surprised at any of their strange customs. After all, they have not had our advantages, such as fine schools, libraries full of books, shampoo. How? I am Pocahontas, a Chippewa maiden.
India. Enough said.
And I am Running Bear, betrothed to Pocahontas in the play.
20 grand for summer camp. He's Mr. Woo Woo.
We have brought a special
20 grand. Isn't that nice? And it's funny, even in this play, they're so damn racist and sad when it's been said that the Puritans were nasty and didn't bathe and brought a lot of diseases here, right? That's what the story was. So they try to make it sound like, the natives are just so gross and unkept, like, excuse you. And he's even insulted that his son's playing one. I can't, playing an Indian.
gift for this holiday feast. I am a turkey. Kill me. What a thoughtful gift. We wear shoes and have last names. Welcome to our table, our new primitive friend. Thank you, Sarah Miller. You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. Your hair is the color of the sun. Your skin is like fresh milk. And everyone loves you. Stop! Sit. Wait. What? We cannot break bread with you. Huh? Becky, what's going on? Wednesday! You have taken the land which is rightfully ours. Years from now, my people will be forced to live in mobile homes, on reservations. Your people will wear cardigans and drink highballs. We will sell our bracelets by the roadsides. You will play golf and enjoy hot hors d'oeuvres. My people will have pain and degradation. Your people will have stick shifts. The gods of my tribe have spoken. They have said, do not trust the pilgrims, especially Sarah Miller. Gary, she's changing the words. And for all these reasons, I've decided to scalp you and burn your village to the ground.
Fair use for education. I love that. I just brought a bow too, guys. That's awesome. But the pagan definition, let's go into it so we don't make this long. You have to go to the etymology because when you just plug it into Wikipedia, they're so darn vague. Circa 1400, it's a noun, perhaps mid-14th century, person of non-Christian or non-Jewish faith. From late Latin, paganus, pagan in classical Latin, villager, rustic, civilian, non-combatant. Noun, use of adjective meaning of the country, of a village, from pagus, country, people, province, rural, district. Originally district limited by markers, thus related to pangiere, to fix, fasten, from pi root pag, to fasten, as an adjective from early 15th century. The religious sense often was said in 19th century, for example, trench, to derive from conservative rule, adherence to, see that, the old gods, because they wanted to give him the new God of Jesus, which is another false god. But if you didn't know, that's a whole study in itself, okay? It's a whole, it's a man, and he even said, follow the law, I didn't come to destroy, but to fulfill the law, and people shouldn't uphold any dead people, but just the living God who's alive. And so a lot of them do the old gods, which is like fallen angels and all that. After the Christianization of Roman towns and cities, but the Latin word in this sense predates that period in church history, and it is more likely derived from the use of paganus and Roman military jargon for civilian, look at that, incompetent soldier, which Christians, Tertullian, circa 202, Augustine, picked up with the military imagery of the early church, such as milites, soldier of Christ. Yep, that's what Christians are. And if they worship Jesus, because they're doing like Christianity, they're doing Christmas, which is really Saturnalia, Thanksgiving, they're doing all these false days, so, and they're saying they're doing it for God. The English word was used later in a narrower sense of one not a Christian, Jew, or Muslim, as person of a heathenish character or habits. By 1841, applied to modern pantheists, which are like the nihilists too. I mean, they think they're not, but they're like really into the comic books, guys, which is like basically pantheism, and nature worshippers. You saw that Earth Day. So pagan and heathen are primarily the sense and meaning the same, but pagan is sometimes distinctively applied to those nations that, although worshiping false gods, are more cultivated, as the Greeks and Romans and heathen, to uncivilized idolaters, as the tribes of Africa. A Mohammedan is not counted a pagan, much less a heathen. The English surname Payne, Painy, etc. appears by all records to be from Latin paganus, but whether in the sense villager, rustic, or heathen is disputed. It was also a common Christian name, and was no doubt given without any thought of its meaning, I'm sure. Dictionary of English Surnames. So it tells you right that you have to go to the etymology, because see how you got so much more, and then if you just like plug it into Wikipedia, it gives you nothing. It says a person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main world religions, or relating to, that gives a person no insight. So it just shows etymology is just so important. But people don't realize that when you're partaking in the turkey, guys, you're eating things that are sacrificed to devils. I mean, I don't know how much more I can say it. Now they just turned it into, oh, let's not talk about history anymore. Let's just say what we're thankful for. So it's still very self-serving. You know, it's like people need to feel better about themselves all the time. So they'll do any type of ritual, a holiday or a holy day or custom, you know, even if it's a fake custom. If it makes them feel better about themselves, I notice. But in 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 4, as concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and there is none other God but one. But yet people are serving other entities, have no idea. They couldn't even tell you what a modern Indian would look like. You know, because like the modern ones now are just so different. But I have too, like, just remember, you know, even though I know these are not the so-called real indigenous, they have their own, you know, day of mourning. So on the flip side, people don't think this is such a great day, just saying. That head's so creepy, guys, huh? Just showing that there's a National Day of Mourning, Thanksgiving, Plymouth, Mass. That was in 2012. So a lot of people say, yeah, those are the Asians that came over here, and that the real indigenous, which is great because, you know, the Israelites are waking up to who they are. And, you know, and you see a lot of nations too walking in that parade to show you, you know, no, you know, a lot of people don't want anything to do with these fake holidays, but it's just going to put this up for you guys. Pagan Calendar, A to Z, pagan holidays, you know, because they're all about this law of reversal. We can go into this another time, but, you know, this is who they love so much too. And, you know, really into the law of reversal. He was on the cover of the Beatles album, if you guys didn't know, but you see that star on so many things. He was like a freaking madman, a pedophile. You know, these who the rockers, you know, this is who they look up to or whatever. A lot of the damn secret societies and Hollywood is totally infested with it, the whole music industry. So this can be like a whole other video Two, definitely very evil. Just to let you know that the law of reversal does exist. I mean, these people are just so messed up. So the Most High is not feeling any of this stuff. When people think, oh, I'm being thankful for this and that. I mean, without him, we wouldn't have life. We wouldn't have the chances we have every day, right, guys? I mean, it's one of those things, I like talking about different topics, but I'm not going to be popular for this type of topic because everybody just wants to do whatever mommy and daddy taught them, no matter if it right, wrong, doesn't matter, right? I mean, so this is a personal choice. We have free will, just like the angels have free will. Every day it's a battle to do right. We all have good and bad in all of us, right? So it's a choice every day to choose what is right. I stopped doing these fake holy days. You got to call it what it is. It's been about 8 years now, and I don't miss it at all. I mean, now that I look back, I see how totally brainwashed and totally asleep I was, because I was spending so much money. How many people put so much burden on themselves? A lot of people get really sick around this time of the year because the stress level is just out of control, especially with the whole economy and stuff. People just expect to be treated like little children and just be right or wrong. If you don't have something for these people on that day, they think you're the worst thing ever. I mean, what are people supposed to do? Sacrifice themselves and pimp themselves out? A lot of people are reduced to doing that these days just to keep up. I mean, this is like sacrificing your soul, your labor, and the only ones that are laughing are the corporation owners, right? And the Most High, even in the New Testament, there's truth too. Like, people have become so vain in their imaginations, guys. Unbelievable. It's like we just don't want to hear about history. We don't want to see the truth. And yet, now instead of talking about who did what back then, it's, I'm just thankful. You're supposed to be thankful every day. The Most High wakes me up before the sun even comes up, guys. I wake up daily in the middle of the night, and the first thing I do is thank him every day. You're supposed to thank him every day. You don't need like a certain day. You need the government to tell you this is a federal holiday. Everyone thinks they're so, conscientious, but they basically are just doing what the state, what these corporations are telling them to do. That's a way of selling out too, ascribing to these false traditions when there's real days we should be following in the Bible. So we're actually being very unthankful when we celebrate Thanksgiving. Just some food for thought. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be putting up more content on this. If you didn't know, I have a Diadash store, so I'll put a link below. And I did a Diadash 2.0. It's just getting crazy. They don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to be aware of what's going on. They want us just to be good little blind robots, right? And just do what we're told. But where is your individuality? You're losing your soul to do that, And these are really important topics because people are losing their lives when you feed something evil, or when you wake up and, when you grow up. Like, it's okay to be raised with a mistake, it's okay. But to grow up and to perpetuate it, and hold in the hand, it's like the witch's circle, right? You need to generate that energy. Don't understand. And the people who claim to be non-religious, well, you are being religious, partaking on this stuff, and it don't matter if you do it in ignorance. The so-called entity that you're feeding, it's just growing stronger, bringing more dark energy into this reality. And we're going to see more death, more whatever, because even the inception of this so-called holy day was based on betrayal and death, was it not? Real nice. So that's what they're thankful for, being good thieves, being able to, claim something that wasn't theirs. Yeah, I think so. This is just too deep for most people to understand. And the modern chicken, for those who don't know, is a hybrid of what it used to be. I mean, they were probably eating pheasant or something else. So this modern, genetically modified chicken, this could be just a whole ruse to push this genetically modified chicken. I mean, there are videos up, guys, of people injecting chicken with like all kind of nasties, right? I wonder if that's still up there, guys. I don't even know. Chicken being injected with turkey. Injected. I mean, we don't even know what is in this solution. They say it's water, but just to show you how complete the weirdness that goes on, and that's just one thing that's being shown, right? Total nasty. See that? It's crazy. And if you think they don't do that with turkeys, they say that's water. We don't even know what's really in there, guys. We don't even know. So I'm going to put those links below. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe. Any type of encouragement is always appreciated, and any type of support, because these channels are getting so shadow banned. But, just think about this stuff when, everyone's going to be happy this, happy that. And yeah, you're supposed to give thanks every day. And the Most High thinks would be, this is what he thinks of us, that we have become vain in our imagination, and actually we're being very unthankful. So just words of wisdom, and, just don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you.